world once again. Toll 42 is back in the house. Oh yeah! So I've been watching Despicable Me, so I've got the whole oh yeah thing from Vector in my head. So it's a good film. Good film, Despicable Me. Yeah, so I'm back after the big 2-week Easter break. And I left Roll just before I left to Student Cross, which is a great event. It was good going back, seeing everybody I knew and meeting some new faces, and it's a wonderful experience, Student Cross. If you're in England, I highly recommend it. If you're one of those people who just want to have an adventure for a week, get away from reality, and walk in mostly the sunshine, bit of rain and wind. Even if you're not Christian, because it is a Christian event, mainly Catholic but Anglican too, then yeah, come to Student Cross. It's great. It's wonderful. Yeah, I love being with those people. It's a wonderful time. But it was annoying because it was like, yes, I've got a 2-week Easter break where I can catch up on sleep and I can relax because I'm not doing the Lincoln 10K anymore. And it's like, you signed up for Student Cross. Ah, you idiot. Because I did this last year, first time around in my gap year, and so I already knew the routine and stuff because I was with the same group of people. So I've done quite a lot of exercise and I've been catching up on sleep and stuff. And yeah, it was great to be back. And then in the final week, in the second week, I finally caught up with stuff. So I meant to do maybe a bit more drawing. I caught up with the Musketeers. I finally finished series 2 of the Musketeers, and what a finale! What a good finale the last 2 episodes were. And it was good seeing Mark Warren as the villain Rochefort. Especially after, I mean, the only time I've seen him is in Doctor Who, as Elton in series 2 in the episode Love and Monsters, and just seeing him from this scruffy character to a really strong villain in the Musketeers was quite a jump, quite a 9-year gap. So a round of applause to Mark Warren for filling in the gap that Peter Capaldi left, as Capaldi's now doing a great job on Doctor Who itself. So the Musketeers was great. I wish they would release the soundtrack to the Musketeers. I love the music, I really do. And on that note of catching up on things, I've watched Another, which is an anime I referenced back in my first video log last year. So I've watched Another, so that was nice. Because usually I'm watching anime that involves like maybe a love relationship, or it's a bit light-hearted and action and comedy, romance. So it was good to get into the sort of horror and blood and gore and murder and stuff. It was, well, not murder per se, but it was good. The only other anime I've watched this week is I can't remember the Japanese title, but it's Stellar Women's Academy C3BW. It's basically this group of girls that go and play airsoft. And for those of you who do not know what airsoft is, it's basically, you know, that gun game with the little yellow pellets you find lying around on the floor in places. It's basically that game. I wish I played a bit more when I was younger. Even though it would hurt. But yeah, Stellar C3BW. That was a nice anime too. And speaking of anime, yeah, I found the anime section on Netflix. So I was just like, add this to the list, add that to the list, add this to the list. Yes, we've got this. I can watch this in HD. Yeah, I got really excited when I saw some of the anime in Netflix. I was like, yes. And another thing on Netflix that I'm gonna start watching is the new series of Daredevil, which is a Marvel comic book character rarely known to people. So I look forward to watching Daredevil, since I've gone off the whole Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. thing. You know, it was good at first, but I think now that it's S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra, it's a bit like Autobots versus Decepticons. vibe. You know, it's ongoing. It never seems to end. You know, you get dragged along for the ride, and then at some point you jump off. So yeah, that's been happening. I'm back at college now. First day back yesterday. I'm stuck in revision. I have to do 5 hours of revising for my next exam, which is indirect tax, or VAT. It's actually not that hard. Well, I mean, some people say, oh, it sounds really dull and boring and stuff. It's not as hard as ethics, I'll give you that. I mean, I shouldn't be revealing secrets about the accountancy field and making it all interesting, but you know, the VAT exam, I mean, when you're actually in the exam, like the questions you get a source, a reference, you get reference material with all the stuff you need to know about VAT for this exam. So it's like, you know, here's the question, look up the specific chapter, oh, it's this specific piece of information right there in the obvious, jot it down as the answer, and voila, that's it. It was as easy as you could get. And there's some maths involved, but that's a piece of cake. So I've got that exam on Thursday, so wish me luck. I'm hoping I pass first time round, because the exam's only an hour and a half. Usually I've had 2.5 hours, but it's an hour and a half. So that'll be quite the challenge. And then I've got 2 more exams after that. And it's weird, it's actually, you know, because this is the last term. This is the last term of accountancy and all the excitement of my life of recent. And I've got to start planning for what happens next. Whether I stay on college for another year and do level 4 after level 3, or whether I decide to go straight into a job or whatever. You know, I need to be starting early planning for the next year after the big summer break. But in the meantime, I've also got my university clubs to entertain me. Because yesterday was the first session of the Comic Book Society being back. We had a small quiz. I actually managed to answer the first 3 questions correctly. 3 for 3. Get in. And I was proud of that. I was also proud that I managed to bump into a relative of mine and help her out in the garden, and she gave me a box of Celebrations because she's not into chocolate. Yeah, it was good to share them out. And I've also got anime club tonight, the first session of jams after the Easter break. And it'll be all the new stuff coming out. And speaking of jams, there's a convention I'm going to on Sunday called Lincoln. I'm guessing that's a joke somewhere. But it's a small convention run by Jams, the anime club, on Sunday, the 19th of April 2015, at 3 o'clock at the Lincoln University. Yes, I am promoting this for you guys. So at the Lincoln University, 3 o'clock, Sunday 19th of April. If you can't find Lincoln University, if you look up where Lincolnodian is, you'll find a big river Brayford, and it'll be around that area. I'm sure you'll be able to find your way around. And I don't know what I'm dressing up as. Whether, I mean, I'm probably gonna do something easy, an easy dress up like Tyson from Beyblade, nice and old school. Because I think I mean this is early days for me, but I might decide to go to MCM Comic Con in May, and if I do, I'm dressing up as the 12th Doctor. I look forward to MCM. But yeah, Lincoln will be on Sunday, and I think there'll be a few games. There'll be sumo wrestling. I think there's some karaoke. What else? Oh yeah, there's a butler cafe. So that'll be interesting. So I look forward to that. Oh, and I've also been told that the calendars for my anime club have been ordered. So I look forward to seeing my picture on there, which will be nice. I think that's all I can really say for now. Is making this a nice quick video log. So I'll leave you guys in peace, and I hope you guys have a great week, being back at school or work or whatever. Take it easy. And I'm going to go and enjoy my lunch, which is fish fingers and custard, believe it or not, because last night I was watching the 11th Hour and I thought, it's been I know it's been 10 years since the first episode of the modern Doctor Who, but it's also been 5 years since Matt Smith first started in the 11th Hour, so I thought I'd do a mini celebration. So I'm going to go eat my fish fingers and custard. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. Oh, and on this note, I would like to thank Kettering Leg of Student Cross for the wonderful custard they left over as they was packing up.